So we're beginning row 2, and row 2's instructions say to turn. So we actually take our work that we were just working this way into and just flip it. And that's simple. So we just simply turn the work, put it from one side to the other, and it says to chain 2. So this is like what we initially started with. Very simply, yarn over and pull through. So that's one chain. Yarn over, pull through again. That's 2 chains. This gives us the height that we'll need to meet up with the top of that stitch there. So this is the next stitch. It's called double crochet 4 together. So we're essentially doing double crochet stitches, but we're not completing them. So you yarn over like you're going to do a double crochet, and you actually go into the bottom. There's two ones in the bottom, and then they start the fan. So you go into the first stitch there in the bottom. So we've yarned over, we dive in, yarn over again just like a double crochet, pull it up through. Yarn over just like it's a double crochet, pull through the 2. And normally in double crochet you'd yarn over and pull through them and finish it off. But in this case we're going to leave the 2 on there and not finish the last step of the double crochet. And then we work into the next stitch, which is this space right here. Yarn over just like you're doing a double crochet again. You dive into that space so that you have, how many do we have on top? We have 4 pieces of yarn on top. So be careful that you're not diving in between these stitches. You're actually diving right into there, so you have 4 pieces of yarn on top. Yarn over, pull up through. Yarn over, pull through 2, and that's just semi-completed another double crochet. So you see we have 1, 2 double crochets that we've worked, and this is the chain that we started with here. We do that again for a 3rd time because we have to do this 4 times. We go into the next, that's the space we just worked. This is the next space here. We go into the next space. Yarn over, pull through 2. So as you can see, our yarn is building up on our hook, and we do this 1 more time. That's the space we just worked right there with our double crochet, and this is the next space right here. So we've yarned over, we go into the space, yarn over, pull up through the space, yarn over again, and pull through the 2 bits there. And that's as many double crochets as we have to do. We did 1, that's our chain we started with there. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets, which the instructions have asked us to do. And to double crochet them together, make sure that you have 5 bundles, I'll call them, on your hook. That ensures you've got the right amount of stitches that you've done. You yarn over, and you're going to pull that through all the stitches to close them off. See how it pulls them all nicely together? And then the next direction is to chain 3. So that'll really close them off. So we just do our chains like normal. 1. So see how it creates that little loop there, and it closes them all together. So that's 1 chain. 2 chain, 3 chain. So we've just completed that step there. Next step is to 3 single crochet. So that's the chain. We've worked that chain with our 4 double crochet. This is the next spot here to work into. So we go into that spot there, and we do 1 single crochet. That's our next spot there. Do our 2nd single crochet, and that's our last spot there to do our final single crochet. Oops, there we go. The next instructions say to do 3 chains again. So we do 3 chains again. 1, 2, 3. And this row in particular, it's, oh, my yarn is stuck. It's important to stay really loose. Otherwise, I had mentioned before that your shells, I'll call them, will start bubbling if they're really tight. So it's important to stay really loose. So this is where we do 7 double crochet together. So it's just like what we did over here. It's that we do it 7 times instead of 4 times. So you start just like you're going to do a double crochet. So we yarn over, we dive into, so we've already worked that stitch there. You can see that it has yarn attached to it there. We dive into our next stitch, which is right there. So if you yarn over, we're diving in just like we're doing a double crochet. Yarn over, pull it up through, yarn over, pull through 2, and instead of finishing off the double crochet, we leave it there. We don't complete it. So we yarn over again, go into that next stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, and we don't finish it off. So we've worked 2 double crochets there now. That's our next stitch there. So I'm just going to work through this quickly. Let's do the area. And one more. So at the end of a 7 double crochet together, you should have 8 bundles on your hook. So I always double check. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have my 8. So I know I've done my 7 double crochet. Then you close it off like we did before. You're gonna chain 3, or sorry, you're gonna put your yarn over and pull it through all of those pieces. And that creates your upside down fan there. And you continue on like you were before. You're going to chain your 3, do your 3 single crochets, and continue on. I'll meet you at the end.